me, cause I'm a reader. A boy looks so cute, hope he's not a killer. My twisted humor, but you click so often. My paw print pals, get exclusive content.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie, and today I'm here to talk about the August TBR that I have planned. So I'm really excited because I feel like this is like wrapping up summer, and it makes me kind of sad because I feel like once September hits, I'm like, boom, give me all the spooky stuff. And I'm loving that for me. However, I feel like the summer has just went by super quick, so I'm trying to make this last summer month in my head the best it's ever been. So let's go ahead and talk about the books I have planned for this month. So the first book that I want to talk about is the Sleep When I'm Dead book club pick. If you didn't know, I have a thriller new release book club here on my channel. Every month, me and a few co-hosts will talk about a book for the month. So August was actually kind of interesting because we actually had you guys vote for which book to read this month, which was a first for me, and it was very nerve-wracking but also exciting. The choices were between The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley and also What Have You Done by Sherry LaPena, and I'm happy and pleased to announce that What Have You Done by Sherry LaPena is the winner. My co-hosts are going to be Keisha from A Book Like You and also Hannah from the Teacher's TBR, and I'm so excited to read this one. The live show is August 26th, so make sure you pick up a copy. I believe it comes out this week that I'm filming, July 30th. That's why I don't have my physical book, because I've pre-ordered it. I'm literally just waiting for it to release and arrive in the mail. I actually have my computer right behind me, so I'm going to read the synopsis real quick so that way we can all kind of like familiarize what the book is about. Nothing ever happens in sleepy little Fair Hill, Vermont, but this morning that will change. And one innocent question could be deadly. What have you done? The teenagers get their kicks telling ghost stories in the graveyard. The parents trust their kids to arrive home safe after school. Everyone knows everyone. Curtains rarely twitch. Front doors are left unlocked. But Diana Brewer isn't lying safely in her bed where she belongs. Instead, she's laying in a hayfield circled by vultures, discovered by a local farmer. How quickly a girl becomes a ghost. How quickly a town of friendly, familiar faces become a town of suspects in a place of fear and paranoia. Someone in Fairhill did this, and everybody wants answers. So, love that. It sounds super... I love that this synopsis doesn't really give much, except like someone's lying in a ditch, they're not in their bed, and that's all I really want to know. Like, I love how vague this is, but yet you still kind of get like the gist of it. So yeah, I hope you guys will all pick up a copy and join us on August 26th for the live show. Also, we have a Discord, and I really encourage you guys to join the Discord because you can actually submit the questions that we will answer for the live show, and it's so fun, and I give little shout outs. So very excited for that. The next book club I'm actually co-hosting with is for the Lights Out book club. This is Sav from Riveting Reads book club, and I'm so excited and honored that she asked me. It's gonna be me, her, and also Liv from Liv's Library, and we're reading Incidences Around the House. I'm actually really excited because I actually got a arc of this book and I never got around to it, so sorry. So this is a perfect time for me to actually pick up the copy, and I'm actually really excited. It's like thriller, horror, supernatural. I don't know. It's got the vibes. Because I have a e-arc of this one, I have the book right behind y'all on my computer again. So this one says, to 8-year-old Bella, her family is her world. There's mommy, daddo, and grandma Ruth, but there's also other mommy, a entity who asks her every day, can I go inside your heart? When horrifying incidences around the house signal that other mommy is growing tired of asking Bella the same question over and over, and Bella understands that unless she says yes, soon her family must pay. Other mommy is getting restless, stronger, and bolder. Only the bonds of family can keep Bella safe, but other incidences show cracks in her parents' marriage. The safety Bella relies on is on the brink of unraveling, but other mommy needs an answer. So this is giving me like Mama. Have you ever seen that horror movie? It's really creepy, but this is giving me those vibes. And the cover with that little stuffed like rabbit, creepy. Another book club that I am participating is my dear friend Gwen. If you didn't know, she has a Patreon for her podcast. We're called the Night Owls, and over there we actually have our Night Owl book club, and I'm very excited because we actually got to vote by emojis, and I did pick this one, and I'm super excited. And I picked up a copy while I was in Frederick, Maryland for an author event, and it is Two Sides to Every Murder by Danielle Valentine. I actually got to meet Danielle Valentine along with Ashley Winstead back in October for a book event, and I'm so excited because she talked about this one in her interview, and it just sounds really good. She kind of describes it as The Parent Trap meets Friday the 13th. So I'm very excited for this one. It says, oh, I still have my receipt. This one says, live a lie or die for the truth. Most people's births aren't immortalized in a police report, but Olivia was born during the infamous Camp Lost Lake murders. 17 years later, her life looks pretty perfect until she discovers that the man she calls dad is not her biological father. Now she needs answers about her bloodline, and the only place she knows to look is Camp Lost Lake. Most people don't spend their formative years on the run with an alleged murderer, but Reagan did. In the court of public opinion, her mom was found guilty of the deaths at Camp Lost Lake, and both of them have been in hiding ever since. But Reagan believes her mother is innocent and is determined to clear her name. Luckily for Olivia and Reagan, Camp Lost Lake is finally reopening, providing the perfect opportunity to find answers. But as they inch closer to the truth, someone is dead set on keeping the past hidden, even if it means committing a murder. So I'm super excited for this one. It is YA, which is not typically my forte, but I've heard really good things about Danielle Valentine's writing, and this one just sounds like the perfect camp book, you know, so I'm really excited to read this one. Speaking of Danielle Valentine, I actually have another book by her that I got at that event that I still haven't read. So I do have the signed version of Delicate Condition, which I bought and got to meet her there. So I know this story was the main inspiration behind American Horror Story Delicate, which was starring Emma Roberts and Kim Kardashian, but I actually want to read this one, and I've been told, yeah, it says the feminist update to Rosemary's Baby we all needed. And listening to her talk about this book when it was getting published, like, definitely makes me want to read it. I'm not like a huge feminist type of reader, but the way she spoke about this and her experience being pregnant sold me. Anna is desperate to have a family, but as she tries to balance her life as an indie actress with a grueling IVF journey, she starts to suspect that someone is going to great lengths to make sure that never happens. Crucial medicines are lost, appointments get swapped, cryptic warnings have her jumping at shadows. And despite everything she's gone through to make this pregnancy a reality, not even her husband is willing to believe that someone is playing a twisted game with her. Then doctors claim she's had a miscarriage, except Anna's convinced that she's still pregnant, despite everything the gray-faced men around her say. She can feel the baby moving inside her, can see the strain that it's taking on her weakening body. Vague warnings become direct threats, and as her symptoms and sense of danger grow ever more horrifying, Anna can't help but wonder what exactly she's carrying inside of her, and why no one will listen when she says there's something horribly, painfully wrong. So I do want to also read the little message that she wrote in here. It says, to Jessie, it's so nice to meet you. Believe women. If you did not watch that vlog, I will link it down below so you can go watch it. But yeah, like, it's crazy, her story of what inspired this. Yeah. All right, moving on to a fun readathon. Again, I mentioned Gwen. She has her Patreon, but she is doing a Goosebumps readathon, which I'm so excited because I love Goosebumps as a kid, and I'm just so excited to have that nostalgic feel. So there are some reading prompts. I don't want to release that information because, you know, I pay to be in her Patreon, and you should too, because we have the absolute blast. The amount of friendships that I've made with other people, not people who are on YouTube, but just other readers, is so fascinating, and I highly encourage you guys to join. I'll try to leave it linked down below so you can join as well. So we're not just reading Goosebumps books, but you know, it is Goosebumps themed, so I want to read a Goosebumps book. So I actually ended up checking out 3. I'm not really sure if I'll read all 3 or just one. So the 3 that I checked out from the library that I'm waiting to arrive is The Curse at Camp Cold Lake, Welcome to Camp Nightmare, and then also One Day at Horrorland. So it definitely has that like campy, like nostalgic vibe, so I'm ready to read all 3 of those. So now that we've talked about readathons and book clubs, let's talk about the books that I really don't have like dire commitments to. But the first one I want to talk about is Love Letters to a Serial Killer. I checked this one out from my library, so I apologize for the glare, but I just like randomly came across this one. I'm not sure where, but I was like, gosh, this sounds really good. And it's a new release. I think it came out in June, but it just sounds so good and twisted and messed up. And I was like, I gotta check it out. Recently ghosted and sick of watching her friends fade into suburbs, 30-something Hannah finds community in true crime forum that's on a mission to solve murders of 4 women in Atlanta. After William, a handsome lawyer, is arrested for the killings, Hannah begins writing letters to him. It's the perfect outlet for her pent-up frustration and rage. The exercise empowers her and even feels healthy at first, until William writes back. Hannah's interest in the case goes from the curiosity to obsession, leaving space for nothing else as her life implodes around her. As she loses her job, she heads to Georgia to attend the trial and befriends other true crime junkies like herself. When a 5th woman is discovered murdered, the jury has no choice but to find William not guilty, and Hannah is the first person he calls upon his release. The 2 of them quickly fall into a routine of domestic bliss. Well, as blissfully as one can feel while secretly investigating her partner for serial murder. I'm sorry. This sounds amazing. I can't wait to read it. The next one that I have is perfect. This is actually one that my husband picked for me to read for, like, he picked 12 books off my shelf. I read them every month. So this is one. I unwrapped it, unfortunately. So this is Widow Falls by Kirsten Modglin, my girl, queen of popcorn thrillers. So this one sounds perfect for this month. Listen to this. When Sloane takes a job at the infamous whitewater rafting camp Widow Falls, she quickly learns that the camp has a reputation for more than just summer fun. People go missing at Widow Falls. The guy she's replacing was just one of the many. As Sloane settles into her new home, a 1-room apartment she'll be sharing with 5 other guides, she can't help asking questions and digging into the disappearance she's heard about. Her new roommates tell her stories about dark legends and dangerous folklore surrounding the secluded camp, but assures there's nothing to worry about. It's all just superstition. When Sloane stumbles upon a clue in a secret message hidden beneath the floorboards of their loft, she begins to realize that there may be more to the myths than she's been told. The message gets her attention. Don't trust anyone at Widow Falls. As she follows clues to better understand the missing guide she's replaced, Sloane can't help noticing the similarities between the 2 of them. What happened to the other girl? Why won't the others help her search? And are they all in danger? Whatever's happening at Widow Falls, it's clear someone doesn't want her digging into it, as the seams of her reality are torn apart, making her question everything she sees, feels, and believes. Sloane will have to uncover the truth about the camp and its occupants before someone else goes missing. Again, summer camp vibes. I'm here for it. Okay, the next one that I want to read is one that I picked up at the beach recently. It is The Haters by Robin Harding. I have enjoyed Robin Harding's books before, and I kind of took a break. I don't know why, but I'm excited to pick this one up because this one sounds so interesting. It kind of gives me The Last Word by Taylor Adams, but like in reverse. Cameron Lane is living her dream. After she's faced many years of struggle and rejection, her first novel has finally been published. Her editor is happy, her teenage daughter is proud, and her boyfriend and friends are all excited for her. She's on top of the world until she receives a disturbing message from an unknown sender. Rattled by the accusation she finds there, Cameron swallows the sick feeling in her stomach and resolves to put the missive out of her mind. But when she checks her ratings on a popular book site, she finds a scathing 1-star review. The reviewer is so articulate and convincing that soon Cameron's book is flooded with bad reviews. Can the reviewer be the same person who sent the ugly email? And why do they want to ruin her? As the online harassment creeps into Cameron's personal life, she vows to find out who's behind it. Is it really a disgruntled reader, or could it be someone she knows? The troll's actions are escalating, and when the abuse turns deadly, it will take everything Cameron has to unmask the enemy so intent on destroying her and finally learn why she's been targeted. Like, this just sounds good. I typically don't really gravitate towards like writers in my thrillers, but I need to know what this message is accusing her of. I need to know what these bad reviews are. Like, I have so many questions and I must know. Okay, and finally, I have 3 books that I did not get to for the month of July. So I'm just moving them over into August. So I have Flawless by Elsie Silver. I've talked about this one numerous times, so I'm not gonna like, you know, spend too much time on this, but this is about a guy who is a professional bull rider. He has a bad reputation. His agent or manager makes his daughter like babysit him, and it's a romance between them two. So I'm determined to read this. I'm determined to read this, okay? The next one is a novel love story by Ashley Poston. This is a Aardvark book club pick for the month of July. I did not get to this one because I ended up reading the thriller for a video for Aardvark, and y'all, that video is like, it's one of my favorite things I do for my Aardvark content. So I highly recommend you go check that out because it was quite interesting. But I definitely want to read this one because it's one of my most anticipated romances. I believe this one is about a woman whose car breaks down and she somehow winds up in this small town that's almost like the book that she's reading because she loves like those cozy small town books, and somehow she has to save the town. But also there's a guy that owns a bookstore and he's kind of a grump, and I think it's a romance between them two. So like book boyfriend. I'm so excited. And then the last book I have is We Used to Live Here. This one has been getting so many high ratings and reviews that I'm very excited to read this one. This one I know is about a couple who purchase a home, and I believe they're like fixing it up or flipping it. I'm not really sure, but the previous owners of the house show up and are like, oh my gosh, like, do you mind if I show like my kids like the house I used to have? And they're like, oh yes. And then for some reason they won't leave, and then like mysterious things happen. Yeah, it says as soon as the strangers enter the home, uncanny and unexplainable things start happening, including the family's youngest child going missing and a ghostly presence materialize in the basement. Even weirder, the family can't seem to take the hint that their visit should be over. Like, I love weird crap like that, so I'm very excited. All right, guys, those are all the books I plan to read for the month of August. I'm so excited for all like the summeriness, the camp feels. I'm just so excited. I'm cannot wait to start my TBR very, very soon. Let's go ahead and do our Paw Print Pal shout out. So I'm going to shout out Leandra as well as Grandma Susan. Thank you so much for being Paw Print Pals. Your love and support means so much to me. If you guys haven't already, you can hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And if you want to support me a little bit further, there should be a join button next to subscribe. If you join the Paw Print Pals, you get exclusive access to our Discord, you get exclusive content here on YouTube, early access to all my videos and things like that. We also do our own exclusive Paw Print Pal reading sprint, so I definitely recommend that you guys join us for that as well. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your most anticipated book is for the month of August down in the comments below, because I definitely want to know and check it out. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye!
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling.